I'm gonna do a show called "Who Blocked My Wife." It's coming up. You better pay attention. If you've ever blocked April, you better pay attention. It's coming up.
We have a lot of different bands that we're talking about. With halftime, we're talking about sports fans. Again, whoever your favorite sports team is, make sure you put it on there. Obviously, mine's the Chicago Cubs. So a lot of our Cub fans from my hometown watch the show. So hey, go Cubs! By the way, still number one in the division. I'm just saying. I know it's a weird season. I know it supposedly doesn't count, but it does. I'm still going to, if we win it all, I'm still going to say they win the World Series, and then I'll have a different patch. There it is. See, this is my 2016 champions patch. So I'd have to get another jersey that I have the new one. And same with my hat. I have the world champions hat. So, all right. So let's get to the Who Blocked My Wife. Mm-hmm. Where did you come up with this idea?
Hey, it's a real thing, right? So I blocked people on Facebook before, people that are like, please get out of my life. I don't want you in my life. But let me say something. I've been blocked a lot and I totally get it. But there's this weird thing where people, because I'm a disruptor.
No.
And I kind of enjoy being the guy who puts the sand spur under your horse's blanket.
Yeah, that's Billy.
So that when you get on the horse, you might get a surprise. I like being that guy. I really enjoy it. And usually I do it for the fun of it, right? But I can be, I'm sure there's a lot of people who have blocked me legitimately and they should have. But you know what? This is crazy. There's people who have blocked me, obviously also blocked my wife, and then they will unblock me, and she still can't find them on Facebook. So y'all tell me, what is it about April that makes you block her but never unblock her? I mean, I thought on the Wednesday show, isn't she like the star of the show?
Yeah.
April, less likable or more likable than Billy?
Oh, April's way more likable.
That's what take a poll. April, more likable. What do you say, Smith?
Definitely more likable.
Okay.
Far more agreeable.
And this guy's our boss, so I mean, but we're speaking candid.
So what is it with these people? Let me say this right now. If you've blocked my wife and you haven't blocked me, or if you blocked both of us and you unblocked me, you better unblock my wife, man.
Yeah, something's up with that.
Because look, if you block me and unblock me, that means that you must consider me somewhat useful, maybe valuable. I'm not going to be valuable to you if my wife is still blocked.
That's right.
One day you may need me.
Although maybe
one day you may need me, and I'm going to check my wife's account. And if you have her blocked,
I'm going to pick at April just a little bit. Maybe if they've ever seen April get into a stressful situation, I'll say that. If they've ever seen her get into a stressful situation with a local policeman making a mountain out of a molehill. Something like that.
Boy, you're about to understand why they.
That was hilarious to me that day. I'd never actually seen that side of April. That's why it's funny when you said that people block April. That just cracks me up. She's always been such a super nice person. But I never saw anything like that day. That was so funny. She was so heated.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
She was so heated up. And we're in our temporary office in Broxton. In Broxton, Georgia. And so we're in our temporary office and we bring, we got, 30 employees, that come in here and they buy gasoline across the street. They buy drinks and chips and stuff across the street, all this kind of stuff. The streets that we park on, there's no other business that is on our street. No, so we
one more super business, the Broxton Insurance Company.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. Sorry about that. Now, shout out to the Broxton Insurance Company.
Great guy.
But there's only one car. They only have one car.
Sometimes two.
So, we have basically the whole street. So we park on both sides. And I don't know what it was, but the local Broxton policeman decided that he thought that April was parked funny or parked wrong or whatever. Did he say that she was on the sidewalk?
It was my truck. It was my truck.
Okay. So you were the one that parked wrong.
But here's
supposed it.
Here's the details though. Here's the details. Okay. I don't believe in privilege, but I will say that where I was parked, my great grandfather owned that 100 years ago. Okay. Then my grandfather, and now my grandfather's son, my Uncle Don, has a church there. I'm parked in the church parking lot. Okay. Which my Uncle Don is the preacher of, right?
Yeah. So where's
but I was illegally parked. So he came in the studio looking, whose black truck is that? And he ran into the wrong one.
And April, just lost it. Now, she was not. I will say she was not disrespectful to the policeman. Right. She just was very unhappy with the whole situation.
This is so important.
I'll just say that. Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, we're kind of like, really, all the stuff that's going on in the world, and oh, we got a truck that's parked on the street that nobody uses except us, and hey, that's illegally parked. Okay, but again, we respect we back the blue. We respect our policemen and all that kind of stuff. So
can I soapbox it for just
absolutely
a second?
step right up,
Billy on the soapbox. Police officers, listen to me. Your job is to serve and protect, not to harass the people, not to harass the citizens. Is to serve and protect the citizens. And if you have a business in your town who is employing people, who is hiring people, who is making a difference, who's adding value, bringing shows, teaching young people how to be better people, see what you can do to help those people. Don't harass those people.
Absolutely. And that's not just for police departments. That's for anybody. We talked about that. We talked about it last week. It was something else that makes us feel good is when you're able to help out others.
Yes.
So if you can help out people in a big way, fantastic. In a small way, fantastic. As long as you're helping out other people. So again, if you have blocked April and you still have Billy, you got me. I'm stumped, Billy. I cannot figure out what the deal is with it. So let's go to the topic at hand.
Okay.
When you're talking about why people block you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what are some of the reasons that you feel you get blocked?
I am very vocally opinionated, and sometimes that comes across. See, I'm giving myself an out here. Sometimes that comes across as argumentative or some what's the word?
I would say I'd say argumentative.
Argumentative.
That fits.
Yeah, antagonistic.
Yes.
Yeah,
that fits.
Oh, there it was. See there, the whole Johari window thing.
There it is.
Things that Paul knows about me that maybe I don't know about myself, but I'm learning.
No, in all honesty, I've said this. You're opinionated. I will say you're opinionated, and you have a very that's what I'm looking for. You have a very strong will. I'll say that.
Strong will.
You have no problem with confrontation, I would say.
Yeah. But I do think that and maybe I'm wrong here. I know sometimes you'll kind of poke the bear.
I will.
Just because. But I mean, most of the time you're not trying to stir up trouble.
Most of the time I'm not.
You're just bringing up, a certain topic or an opinion. So again, you're opinionated, you're strong-willed, but at the same time, you're still a good guy. If you think that Billy's out to, trash people, all that kind of stuff, you certainly do not know the real Billy Merritt.
The real Billy Merritt. Hey, but you know what? Johari Window, I like what Smith said, that I'm not afraid of controversy. Is that what you said? Confrontation. Yeah.
No, that's true.
But now we've talked about this before, that your success can be judged by the number of difficult situations that you're willing to have. And it's important to not run from those difficult situations. And hey, I may be strong-willed, but you're a great example. Paul's not scared of confrontation either. You know what I'm saying? Paul can take my approach, because I have maybe an aggressive approach. We'll say it that way.
No.
Okay. I have an aggressive approach. Paul will listen and say, no. And you know what I'm saying? We can disagree, and therefore your ability to deal with difficult or prickly. Maybe I'm a little prickly sometimes, like a pear. Like a prickly pear.
I'm not. I'm sweet, man.
It's easy to go. He's like a breath of fresh air all the time.
Just don't ask the other ninjas. I'm the easiest going guy in the office. I'm telling you. No, go ahead.
So if I can be prickly and you can forgive me and unblock me, man, what in the world did April do to you?
There's got to be some backstories, some history there somewhere,
and
I'm missing out on.
I asked it earlier. If you think that April is more likable than me, then let us know in the comments. So let us know what you think.
By the way, Smith, if you'll scroll down just a little bit to Wes.
What's Wes say?
Yeah, Wes Bunyard. He's one of our employees here at Billy Merritt Marketing. Big Wes, in a positive way to say it. Billy is passionate about what he believes and doesn't mind voicing that passion. Very well put, Wes.
And Wes is another one who's willing and able to deal with my prickliness and get, everything's a trade-off.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now, and again, I try real hard to be a great leader and help and encourage. But when I miss the mark, sometimes, you know, that's unfortunate. But Wes is one of those people who can deal with it when I miss the mark and still show up and get all the benefit that comes along with being one of Billy Merritt's #1 producers, top sales managers, most effective closers in the country.